good morning, the internet. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm heading west, and somewhere over there's a big lake about 20 miles long, and I'm going to go around it. I had a really peaceful night, very peaceful. Some guy I was talking to in, where was it? In Bosnia. We were talking about coming here, and I says I was going to go north, and he says, "Oh, be careful, there's wolves." And I think he was pulling me leg, because I didn't hear anything last night. All I could hear was the wind rustling through the trees. And after 9 o'clock I didn't even hear a vehicle go past. I woke up about 6, lay there for a while, putting the world to rights, and then about 7 o'clock I could feel the sun coming up, so I got out the tent and welcomed the sun, which rose just over there. And I thought, it'd be great for a nice picture, but all that really stood out was the pylons, the electricity pylons, because it's still quite misty. Also, there's a lot of UV in the atmosphere. You know, when you get clear days, that's great, but sometimes when you get misty days, that's an excess of ultraviolet light in the atmosphere. Anyway, so I've got 3 hours of this coming up, which should be, oh, look at that, and you could just see the lake down. Hopefully I'll get a view shortly. Now, this lake is not like a conventional lake, it's a very long and slim lake, and what it is, it's like got lots of tentacles coming off it, because all the mountains feed into it. And but you know, when you look ahead at things, you see things on the map and you think, oh, that looks interesting, I'll give it a go. And that's what I'm doing today. Just got to keep an eye out for these Edinburgh potholes. Yeah, someone said to me, oh, the roads are terrible, absolutely holes everywhere, but to be honest, you know, I think the roads in Bosnia were far worse, to be honest. And the ones in southern Macedonia, mind you, you know, they had lots of roadworks going on. But yeah, I've got about 3 to 4 hours of this, so I'm going to shut up. I'm going to put some music on, and oh, not going down there. It's just a little track disappearing into nothing. It's supposed to be a village down there. Oh. When you see those blue signs, it means there's a village. Village could just be 2 or 3 houses. At the moment I'm okay for fuel. I've probably got about 140 kilometres to get to the city, which is called Kames, K-A-M-E-S. So I'll get fuel there, and then have a look on consult the Oracle and see where I should go next. Yesterday I had visions of getting onto the other side of the lake and camping up again, but to be honest, I'll be I'll be in the town of Cams by lunchtime. So as you get to Cams and start going down south, you've got the, oh, I can't remember what country is it now, North Macedonia? Yeah, I think it's North Macedonia. So what I'll probably do once I've got Cams, I'll just start heading south through Albania. Right, I'll shut up and I'm going to put my music on. Oh, better view, you can just see the lake down there. The main lake goes just around that way, and there's little tributaries that lead into the lake. Just see in the distance there's a pylon. I was camping near there last night, maybe just above it. I think on that little ridge above it, I think, because when I was looking down I could see the pylon. And it's completely silent. It's wonderful. It's just a gentle breeze and it's warm and the air is so mild. Absolutely beautiful. that was a bit of a mistake. That was the border to Kosovo. I took a turn earlier on about 20 kilometres. And then there's two ways to get to Cams, on the little roads or this road. And I was on the wrong road anyway. And that was the border to Kosovo. I could have gone through, but I didn't have insurance for Kosovo, and there's no insurance office there, the guy said, so he wouldn't let me in. So there we go. I'll head back to that town, then hang a left, then I'll cut around to Cams, whatever it's, however you pronounce it. I thought it was strange. I thought, this is a border post. Why have we got a border post here? And it said customs, and it didn't click because I thought I was on the right road, but I'd taken the right road earlier on. I thought, no, this is wrong, and I turned around because this was telling me to come this way. But anyway, there we go. Yeah, you go into Kosovo, head south for about 40k, and then you're back into Albania again. It's no problem at all. In fact, the little town where I turned off, there was a petrol station there, so I'm just I'll fill up, I'll take the opportunity to fill up and have a little bit of a rest, a little bit of a break. Hopefully they sell drinks there as well. Just past this on the way up. It's a very unusual building. It's a hotel. That's the second hotel that really obscure and out of the way. That hotel, I saw a spring. What you tend to find in a lot of countries is they have a spring where you can just go and help yourself to water, and I am about halfway through my water, so I think I will replenish my stocks. There we go. Let's see if it works first. Is there any water there? No. Never mind. Well, you win some, you lose some. Right, let's get back to that town, and I'll take the right turn in. One of the things with my insurance company for the bike, Hastings, they would insure me for the EU but not the Balkan countries. So I asked if I could get a green card insurance for the Balkan countries, and they wouldn't do that. So if the insurance company said no, then that's it. You just have to buy your insurance as and when you need it. But again, I didn't have insurance for Kosovo, so he wouldn't let me through. Simple as that. He was nice about it, and I suppose you can't blame him really. But there you go. So, plan B. It's only 11:20 anyway, there's no rush. I've got all day ahead of me. I think what I do need though is a bit of a break. I had a little break earlier on, quick 10 minutes. What I do need is to stand up for a while. Some insurers do provide a green card though. I think the bigger insurance companies. Well, it is what it is. It is what it is, so I can't grumble. Now this was the way I originally came. And I got to a certain point and I thought, no, this is not the right way. And the oracle was telling me something different, so I turned round. So maybe I was right following my gut feeling. You can see the way the road's going. So what I'm doing, back on the route closest to that lake, and I'm heading eastwards. So I've got about 50 kilometers to go. So my backside's starting to go a bit numb now, and I think I need to have a little bit of a break coming up. I meant to stop in that little village, but I just carried on. I do that sometimes. I think, right, I'll stop at the next village and I'll have a little break, and I get to the village and I'll just carry on, and I think I was supposed to stop there and they never do. No, can't get a good view because of all the trees in the way. Never mind. Oh look, that's the opposite side. I think that's where I was going this morning. I've just seen a sign for fresh mountain water, so I'm going to, there you go, little spring there. And you're probably asking the question, why are you not scared of using local water? Well, what I tend to do when I go to a country, I tend to wean myself onto it bit by bit, like a cup a day, a little bit here, a little bit there. Probably why yesterday I was feeling a bit, I had a little bit of a stomach upset yesterday. But to be honest, I think if you wean yourself on it slowly, I mean, in some countries I just definitely would not touch the water, and then in some countries, well, yeah, I will just wean myself onto the water, and that's what I've been doing the past week. And I start off with bottled water, and then bit by bit I start taking local water. So there we go, that was handy. That replenished my stocks of water. I carry 3 litres in there. I've got 1.5 litres on that side, and I've got a litre there as well, so theoretically I could do 2 days with the water I carry. I find that I'll probably go through about, I don't know, probably 2 litres a day if I limit myself and watch what I drink. I know that's probably not enough, but I can get away with that. Well, that was good. I'm just riding around this part of the world and it reminds me of Cumbria. I passed there was a little bit earlier on and it just reminded me of Cumbria, very, very much so. And hello the internet, and hello to my subscriber. And I'm still here in Albania. First off, apologies for the last two videos, the audio quality, because of this little thing. On my last two trips, I'd used a really little cheap microphone that I got off eBay for about £15, and it was brilliant. But for this trip I thought I'll treat myself. I was going to buy the DJI microphone, and then I saw this on special offer by Boyer, and it's not very good, to be honest. It's really not very good. You're okay when it's quiet and the microphone's quite close, but if it's a bit windy or there's a lot of background noise, then it's not very good. And I didn't realise that, really. I should have tested it before I come away, but anyway. So there we go. So the last couple of days has been absolutely brilliant. Absolutely, in northern Albania, going around the mountains, switchback after switchback, up, going down. It's been superb. The best motorcycle riding I've ever done was in Morocco, and Albania as well is added to my list because it's been superb the past few days. Really, really tiring, but absolutely fantastic. I've enjoyed every moment. So, I left my mountain hideaway this morning, headed for a place called Kukes, K-U-K-E-S, which is a city in northern Albania, or a small city anyway. And I got to Kukes about lunchtime, got some fuel, had a bite to eat, had a bit of a rest, then I started heading south, and I was heading for somewhere called Peshkopi, which is just on the North Macedonia border. So I'd not long left Kukes, and I came to like a border post. I thought, this is strange. There was only a few cars, and I started going forward, and then I noticed the signpost, and it says the Kosovo border. So I'd taken the wrong road at some stage, and I ended up at the Kosovo border. So I thought, well, what shall I do? I thought, well, I'm in the queue now, why not? So I got to the front, and he said, he garbled something, then he says, English? So I says, English, yes. And he says, you have insurance? So I pulled out my Albanian insurance, and he says, no, not possible. Because I was kind of hoping that the Albanian insurance would cover me for the Balkan countries, but it doesn't. So I said, oh, I'll buy insurance in Kosovo. And he says, not possible. So I said, okay, bye-bye. And I turned the bike around and I started heading south again. So I had about 4 hours riding this morning, 3.5, and then I'd had about 3 hours this afternoon, and I thought, I've got to stop soon. But the problem is around here, I started looking for somewhere to camp. As soon as you leave the mountains, you come to all the arable farming land, and where I am at the moment is all farms mostly, and so it gets more difficult to find places to wild camp. So I was getting to the point of thinking, I've got to stop soon, so because my bum was aching. So I saw a mosque in the distance. I thought, I'll stop there, have a little bit of a break, and I'll work out what to do next. So that was it. So I saw this mosque, and I was just, as I was approaching, I saw a sign saying campsite. I looked at it, so I slammed the anchors on, just turned around, and there's a little campsite here called Camping Dibra, and it's, what is it? It's €10 a night. They've got great showers, great toilets, even got a washing machine. There's a little restaurant next door and a little shop as well. Superb. So I'm going to stay here for a couple of days, catch up on some video editing. I'm going to spend a whole day of doing absolutely nothing but reading my Kindle, and that'll recharge my batteries. So after I leave here, I'm heading south. I'll go past Peshkopi. I'm going to stay next to a place called Lake Ohrid, O-H-R-I-D. That's right at the bottom of Albania. I'm going to stay there, and then I'm going to cross over to Greece, because sometime in a few days' time, next week, I've got an appointment to have the tyres changed on my bike. My front tyre's not too bad, but my rear tyre is getting a bit threadbare now. So I emailed quite a few motorcycle shops in Greece, throughout northern Greece, and one guy replied back, and so I'm booked in for next week and I'm having the tyres changed. So that's me having a whale of a time. I'm still in Albania, and Albania is a great country, and you've got to experience it to believe it. And if you're coming on a motorcycle, you won't regret it at all, because the roads are great. Yes, there is some tarmac which is great. There's also some tarmac which isn't great, but a lot of it in between is really good and really rideable. And if you just like bendy bits, you've come to the right place. But I've enjoyed my time in Albania, I really have, and I'll definitely be coming back again, because it's great. The people are nice, and the countryside is just amazing. As soon as you come south of Kooks, the landscape changes so dramatically, and you just get these green rolling hills, and it's absolutely beautiful, absolutely. Anyway, this is me having a whale of a time. I'm here now. What's the name of this place? It is called Shumbat. That's right, Shumbat. SCHUMBAT, Shumbat. It's only a little village of about seven or eight houses, but they've got this great little campsite. Anyway, thanks for watching, and Greece next, so I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.